Yay! I really haven't made any progress except for my Rose Dragon is now level 138. So I've been doing this for like a short amount of time. Alright. I guess I'll, I don't know, do this for a few minutes. Boom. Minus 29.5. Crazy. And 139. Oh, I got a number key though. That's actually good. Alright, so I'll open these keys and then, I don't know, probably end the stream. Something like that. I've just been using today to forge stuff up and chill. Mostly. Minus 29.5 is rough, though. We're gonna have a lot of tungsten plates, though. I have like 15 tungsten plates or something. It's gonna be crazy. And I guess I'll start forging them up next stream. It's gonna cost a lot, but I guess it's worth it. Maybe I set up orders overnight. So when I stream tomorrow, I can just have a ton of keys ready. But as promised, I'm not opening any Vanguards off stream. I'll even just start streaming if I get a Vanguard. Even if it's the middle of the fucking night. I guess I probably should have just been streaming, but I don't know. I was vibing, chilling. So it was fine. Alright, watch this be another one. No, not quite another one. Let me put on some music. So chill too. No. Let's do this. This is gonna be loud. Alright, there we go. Okay. Bruh. So I guess I can open this Umber Corpse. I actually got 2 tungsten keys from Lapis Corpses today, which is kind of crazy. So once I open a tungsten corpse, I will be done with them. I have the key here. And then I have 8 Umber Corpses left, so pretty good progress. Right, there's the Lapis Corpses in here I want to get. At the very least this one, so I can collect. Also, don't talk to me about locket braces, because that shit is fucked up. Like, I sold mine at 600 mil. I'm kicking myself. Doubly so, because I should have just forged it up into a pendant. I forgot that that's the meta until, like, literally just today. I was like, oh, right, you're supposed to forge it into a pendant when you drop it, not just sell it on the auction house immediately. I was too hype, is what it comes down to. Bro, this lobby is not okay. Huh? Bruh. Get me out of here. Oh, I got a mine shaft, thank God. That was terrible. Ooh, another Vanguard. Alright, well, this stream was definitely worth it then. Let me remember to guild party. Vanga. It's nice when they're in quick succession. Ooh, when I get to lower the counter that I have, too. Oh, shit. me do something really, really quick. I'm gonna say what I'm doing after I do it to avoid issues. Alright. So what I just did was I updated the channel point reward because I accidentally forgot to do that. And it still cost only 1,000 channel points to add one to the Vanguard thing. Alright, let's see what I get from this one. Minus 11.5 mil and no keys. 12 glassite amalgamations is crazy though. Let's throw these away. Alright, so I only have one key right now. So I guess if I get another Vanguard, I'll just end the stream. That'll be a good ending point. But otherwise, it'll keep going for a little bit. Again, I gotta do this tungsten key. And then, oh, right. I also have to, where is it? There it is. Right, so we are at 20 remaining Vanguards. I have video proof. Making good progress on the Rose Dragon leveling. Prices are still reasonable for that one. I don't think we have any relevant mares either. Actually, next one is Paul, but I'm still going to be on this for the time being, so I won't be able to take advantage of the dungeon stuff just yet. I don't know. I guess since I'm still just going to be practicing secret routes, it's not really going to be worth my time. But mark my words, I'm forcing myself to do dungeons this year. I will get class average 50. I've literally put it off for years at this point. Alright, last tungsten corpse. Done. I don't have to open them anymore. I'll lose a stupid amount of money. And I'm below 4 bell bank again because I fueled my minions, so I had to set up an order for hyper catalysts. So I'm waiting on that to fill. I also considered setting up an order for I don't remember what it's called. Where is it? Magma Lord fragments? You joined Skyblock 7 days ago? Okay. How are you liking it? Are you progressing well? I just started this stream up very briefly because I promised to stream certain types of content. And it's like RNG whether I get it or not. The Vanguards. When I'm mining. So sometimes I'll mine off stream. And then just go live if I get it. Just unlocks F6? That's a big deal. F6 is nice. Do you have... What's your gear like? It's really fun. Yeah, that's awesome. I think the early game dungeons is some of the most fun content. Like when you're running around with Spirit Scepter. I really enjoyed that. I don't even know if Spirit Scepter is like what people use nowadays. I guess it's probably Spirit Scepter or Jujubo. Shadow Assassin and Flower of Truth. Nice. I guess you can get Bouquet of Lies soon. Although that's more expensive. But that's a good item. The flower's pretty good. It's not used as much anymore, but like it can pretty much carry you through most of the combat content for quite some time. Maybe like until you get to the nether. And then even in the nether you can... Giant sword? Giant sword's alright. It's like not that much better than Flower of Truth. And Flower of Truth is better for clearing, so like I almost wouldn't even recommend giants. I don't know. I think it's probably better off like saving for a better weapon. Like if you can get... How much is giants actually? That's part of the question. Giant sword. Okay, right. Alright, let's... HS Giants. Giants is 75 mil. Do I have a money-making method you should try? Well, are you doing all the passive money-making methods? Like, there's a bunch of ways you can get money, like, just by doing nothing, basically. You just, like, check in on it every once in a while. If you're really early, probably you should just be doing, You do? Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, those will get you a decent amount, like, probably get you to Giant Sword in a few days. Like, I assume you have your pest traps placed. You do your daily flips, your experimentation tables. There's all sorts of ones. I guess you can check your daily visitors. You don't necessarily have to accept them. Just see if they have profitable things. Arachne, but that was 6 mil an hour. Yeah, Arachne is not really like a good money-making method. I literally think sludge mining is like 20 mil an hour in the Crystal Hollows, is what I've heard. So I mean, that'll get you gemstone powder on top of a little bit of money. You just mine with jungle pickaxe in the Crystal Hollows. Bro, where is... I guess there's a tungsten vein over here I just kind of ignored. I guess I'll just wait. I can run over to the better vein and see if it's... It isn't. Yeah, kind of worth. Yeah, I mean, and Jungle Pick needs almost no setup. You just need like a high-level mole perk in Heart of the Mountain. But you get that by doing the jungles, the grinding. So it kind of works out. Let's go. There's other stuff you can do too. Like I think the shiny blocks probably also make about 20 mil an hour if you're fast with them. If you just like grind garden, it'll eventually start making you good money, like pest farming. I think with a totally max setup, pest farming is pretty consistent, 50 mil an hour. Obviously, you're not going to be anywhere near that, but you know, it's pretty much the same early game pest farming as end game pest farming. It's like very similar. Can I recipe umber? I just need one more. Is that enough? Not quite. Recipe tungsten. Alright, so I'm pretty much out of tungsten number, so I'll just forge up some plates, I think. Yeah, just tungsten plates. That'll be fine. So I'm set up to have 16, and then I can forge one more. So I'll have 17 tungsten plates. So that actually accounts for most of my keys, which is pretty nice. That I'll have to use. And then obviously I'll get the tungsten I need just by mining for the shafts. So soon we will be able to sell stuff and profit. The limiting factor, as always, is going to be the umber. I hope I can prep up some more keys for tomorrow, but I really do not have a lot of umber. Maybe I should switch to umber mining. I don't know. At this point, maybe I'll just set up orders for like mithril plates and umber plates and just hope they fill. Cause like, how much is an umber plate? 15 mil. I need 16 of them. Sure. And then I need mithril plates, and I think I need 14 of them. Or no, 15 of them. Alright. So that'll cover 17 keys. And so I'll only need, yeah, I mean that should be good for the foreseeable future, basically. Oh, God damn it. But yeah, I plan on really mining a bunch tomorrow. And once I have the plates forged up, that's like the hard part, so I'm not so worried what comes after that. And now I can start selling any tungsten keys I get, which is nice. Although, I am going to hold on to minimum 3 of them at a time. So I can use them on Jasper shafts as needed. I have an aquamarine commission. Crazy how fast this Rose Dragon levels. It really doesn't make like any sense how much XP you get mining. Like commission mining is just crazy for XP. Bruh. Alright, I'll go over here. Shouldn't have even checked. Floor 3? What do you get from floor 3? Recoms? That sounds terrible. But I mean, listen, dude. It's important to do what you find fun in the game. So you have to find a money-making method that you can at least, at the very least, tolerate, you know? There's millions and millions of videos on different money-making methods, so you could check them out. But yeah, ultimately, if you're not like at least tolerating it and able to do it for a while, it's probably not worth doing. I definitely think I have lost money overall at this point from my skeleton keys. We'll see though. 20 more Vanguards is a lot, but let's see. With my Rose Dragon being level 140, that's pretty close to halfway. You got class and cata. Yeah, but floor 3 gives like not very much in comparison to just floor 6. Like, I don't know the exact ratio, but it's like 1 floor 3 is like, I don't know, or sorry, 10 floor 3s is like 1 floor 6 or something. Like, it goes exponential, if I remember correctly. Like, doesn't a floor 6 give, like, 10,000 XP? 10,000 dungeon XP? I mean, in general, people generally recommend to save dungeons for when you have, like, a little more money. So you can just buy Hyperion and then just go at it. Like, usually people recommend, and I mean, I in general would recommend this too, even though it's boring early game, is just find some money-making methods and grind it. What's up, Legend? I got 2 Vanguards, so I started streaming. Like, I got the first one, I was like, alright, I guess I have to stream. I'm not actually that tired. I took a nice nap earlier. Did I say I was tired in the lobby with you earlier? I thought I just said I wasn't streaming. Ooh, Jasper Mineshaft. I also finished, I got, this is insane. I got 2 tungsten keys from Lapis Corpses today. So that was crazy. ZZ. Oh. Yeah, I just say that sometimes. I didn't actually mean I was tired. I said that because you were promoting my stream and I wasn't streaming. I was like, I don't know. It's like, what type of emotion does that convey? So you're gonna try grinding more arachne? I don't know. Maybe I am a little tired because I don't really want to mine out this fucking jasper shaft. So I now have I'm gonna have 17 tungsten plates once I'm done forging everything up. I just set up an order for umber plates and mithril plates so I can forge up. Oh, people are selling hyper catalysts. I have a bunch of shit I'm trying to sell and buy, sell, buy. 13 mil an hour is a little more reasonable. I would generally recommend trying to go above 20 mil an hour in terms of your money making methods, but you know, if you can do like 10 hours of arachne, it's pretty good. You could also do Slayer during Maddox. Like, what is the mare's right now? It's Mare H. Yeah, it's Mare Aatrox. Try doing Slayer. Like, for money. It might be a little less money per hour, but now's the time to do Slayer. You can do a bunch of dungeons during Paul. The chests will be cheaper. That'll be good. And ideally, if you're patient and can afford to, you should like wait for prices to go up, which can take a little bit to happen after a mayor goes out of office. Oh, you're doing Spider Slayer and Arachne? Nice. That makes sense. Do you just meter toxic arrow poison? I don't even know if you have RNG meter, like, when you unlock that. I don't know how that works. Ooh, mine shaft. Ooh, pull mine shaft, 2 corpse. Again, not mining it out. If I get a really crazy mine shaft, I'll mine it out, but I actually do want to end the stream relatively soon. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 11 for me. So I want to shower and then go to bed. Maybe I just go to bed and shower in the morning. I already showered today because I worked out in the morning, but, you know, I used the shower at the gym, so it's like not as nice as a shower at home. Also, I'm still trying to sell the fucking opal that I got. Like, at this point, I'm just gonna insta-sell it. That's why I don't like doing opal, is because it just takes so long to sell, even if you are, like, undercutting by a decent amount. I don't know, I guess I could have forged up a perfect opal maybe, but I don't really have the forge slots for it. I guess I'll sell the perfect peridot once it's done forging. Dude, I'm so poor. I'm at like 3 bill bank. Or, oh, sorry, 3.5. Oh, that's not so bad. 3 bill, I start getting scared. 3.5, I feel still kind of comfortable. I don't really know why, but that's just how I am. I mean, when I'm playing this much, I really don't mind spending a bunch of money on stuff, because it's like, just gonna make it back without too much trouble. 1 lapis corpse. Where could you be? Bruh, this thing's comboing the shit out of me. Where is the lapis corpse? I guess it's probably up here? It is. I need to like develop I'm still not used to the new rooms. I need to develop my routes for them. My mental maps. Oh shit, I even missed Maniac Slayer. I'm throwing. Oh, and Peridot commission. Damn. Let's see. Only a 26-minute long stream. Honestly, it might be ending soon. I might just end it when it's 11 p.m. for me. That is illegal. You're not allowed to use that. Like, that's bannable. It's considered a cheat. It's not detectable, but yeah. Definitely not allowed. You're not supposed to use mods that reveal things that you technically can't see with your player. Like that's why the Sky Handy one works by what your eyesight like is within line of sight. It's just like Waypoint. Oh, like for all the different corpse spots in a given shaft? Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I remember using that for a while. That actually does help a lot. What'd you say? Sky Ocean. I mean, I guess I'll mine out this Umber shaft. Because I just need Umber so badly. Like, I need so much Umber. 20 keys worth plus... Sorry, 20 skeleton keys worth, and then plus 8 Umber keys worth, technically. But I'm hoping in the 20 skeleton keys I get 8 Umber keys. That would be nice. Yeah, I know. I saw, and I was just talking about this earlier, but I extra threw because I didn't even forge it into a pendant, which is what you're supposed to do when you drop a locket. I mean, technically, you're just supposed to always be forging pendants and selling them because it's like the best forge flip. But, yeah, big oversight on my part. I realized at the beginning of the stream today, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't do that. What's done is done. At least it makes my profits look slightly better than they actually are. Which, listen, I'll take that. It's fine by me. It lets me encourage other people to gamble. Go to 400 mil, considering... Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Let's see, RNG. I'm at 2 million meter XP, so... roughly halfway. I don't know, maybe I could just forge up... Nah. 20 corpses just takes way too long. I was gonna say, maybe I could just forge up, what's it called? The 20 keys and hold on to them until Frostbitten goes 3x, but I don't really think that's a viable avenue. But yeah, I could get just a straight up, like, almost a free locket at this point. I mean, we just had it? Oh, really? Interesting. I mean, I guess I was grinding it. Oh, okay. So relatively recently. Yeah, I guess the RNG meter stuff is like maybe a long-term thing that'll drive it down. Let's see. This doesn't... Oh, it does give it... It gives 100,000 meter XP. Huh. Yeah, I mean, by the time I'm done with the keys that I have to open, I will have enough to meter lock it if I really wanted to. Jasper Crystal Mine Shaft. This does nothing for me. 3 Lapis Corpse. Who wants it? I'm not. It's crazy to me that prices are still really high, though, even though... I guess the thing is, most people are fucking poor in Skyblock and have very little coin. So, if you tell them open 20 skeleton keys, they're not going to have the coins to do it. It's going to have to be a super long-term project. Like, even people who are, like, higher level than me will have, like, no coins on hand. It's, like, bizarre. It makes no sense. It's like, dude, do you want to be max level or not? The new-gen mentality. I do have a Peridot commission. You think we're really going to see inflation? Why is that? Just the garden? I think a lot of the crops are still above NPC prices is the thing. No. Well, actually, maybe. My guild member that does carrots said carrot makes 30 mil to NPC an hour. But I guess if you do like melons, plus you do slug pets, right? And you sell those for 5 mil. Okay, I could see it. We'll see. We'll see if it makes the inflation happen. I'm not really against it. It kind of benefits me because I have all these skins. Well, he does carrot with pests, but yeah, I mean, I got what you mean. Like, no point in farming if you're not doing pest farming. But yeah, inflation benefits you if you're not doing farming specifically. I don't know, he's like number 3 carrot. He said to NPC it makes 30 mil, and to Bazaar it makes 50 mil. Or actually 55 mil an hour. So, I mean, that number is in line with what you said. I think when you pest farm, a big chunk of the profits are from slug pets. Because legendary slug NPCs for 5 mil. I think even an epic one NPCs. Do I want $5? If you want to give me $5, it's up to you. How's it going, Fandro? I had a random dude comment on, or I guess a Twitch viewer. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Hopefully it shows up on the screen. I'm doing well. I don't know, I was thinking about ending this stream soon, but we'll see. I only have 1 skeleton key left right now. I'm gonna have to wait on the other ones to forge up. It's not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst? Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how I'm doing. I'm waiting on big news this week. So, if it goes well, I'll feel... You nailed your midterms? Awesome. That means you can play as much Skyblock as you want. Right? Surely. Congrats. Arachne shards? Yeah, you can. Let's see how much they are on Bazaar. Yeah, Arachne shards are 145k each, so that's pretty good. And you get spider essence. I don't know if you're selling that. You might just want to keep that for your own use. Gel electrophoresis? That's my jam. I do tons of that. Was it, what type of gel was it? I'm familiar with many types, so whatever you say I'll probably be familiar with. I do a lot of page gel. Agarose, yeah. So is DNA or RNA? Probably DNA. They wouldn't have you messing with RNA. RNA is a pain in the ass to work with. It's just more unstable, easily degraded. And it turns out that because RNA is like basically means a virus if it's just floating around in most contexts, your body secretes this enzyme called RNase. And it's like on your skin, in your saliva, in your, like, basically everywhere. And also it doesn't get removed just by normal cleaning methods. So if you work with RNA, oh, you've worked with it? Yeah. So if you work with RNA, you need like a special substance to break down all the RNase. That brand name RNase Zap or whatever. Probably other types that do it. You spray everything down. Make sure your area is clean, all that. Yeah, I do a bunch of PCR at my job, but I don't really run DNA. It's not nasty, to be honest. It's not like hazardous chemical or anything, at least. It's just annoying because you might have to repeat your experiments, which I guess could be nasty. But yeah, I'm doing qPCR work at my job mostly. I don't really do, in terms of my DNA work, I don't really do much agarose gels. Did you do like a digestion or something? I think that's like a restriction enzyme digestion. Yeah, that's a pretty common early lab experiment. Let me see if I can remember the names of the restriction enzymes. Yeah, it's escaping me. Some of them have fun names. That would be crazy if I knew it off. I haven't worked with restriction enzymes in years. It's like 3 letters and then a number is usually how they're named. But usually there's some of them work better than others. So there's like usually a few that get chosen between for like general labs. Here, let me look up restriction enzyme. Let me see if I can find a list. Okay. Oh, EcoR1 for sure. HIN3 I've worked with. BAMH1, yeah. PVU2 I've used. Yeah, I've used a lot of them. Just depends on what you need. BAL1. Yo, the BAL boss. Let's go. Yeah. EcoR1 is like the most common to use. The lab I used to work in, we just had the restriction enzyme box, and it was just all filled with restriction enzymes. And I think EcoR1 was the most. There's also like EcoR2, 3, 4, and 5. And you know, it just depends on. Basically, we would use it for like making custom plasmids, and so you'd look for specific cut sites on the plasmid that you were working with, the vector. Yes, plasmids. And then based on where there were cut sites around the area of interest, like if you wanted to insert a gene or something, you'd do it. Your MCAT, nice. Yeah, less relevant for humans. Humans don't really have that. Oh, yeah. So, like, so I was in a protein, well, it was a structural biology lab. And so I was doing, like, a bunch of protein purification. And so we were, like, making, you know, random proteins with mutations and stuff. Some of them were proteins that were discovered in the wild that we wanted to analyze. Some of them were like point mutations of human proteins, but basically the way you would do it is you would usually insert them into a plasmid, separated, they would be like fused to a fluorescent protein in a plasmid. So like you in the DNA sequence would be like protein of interest, and then a cleavable linker region, which we would call a TEV site, which it's because TEV protease can recognize and cleave a specific amino acid sequence. And then you would have the secondary protein that it was attached to, like, and it would usually be like a fluorescent marker protein or something. And sometimes it would be like his-tagged or, you know, whatever. It was pretty cool. I did enjoy it a lot. And it's actually pretty used. Like, I don't use it at my current job, but they do use they do a lot of protein purification in manufacturing, and so it's like a little bit upstream of what I'm working with. So when I go into their labs, I know exactly what's going on for the most part. Although, you know, we were purifying out of E. coli, but the worst lecture and made it so complicated. I'm always saying science communication is one of the most important things, and most people suck ass at it. It's not the most complicated, but yeah, most people, it's not really applicable to a lot of things. So most people don't learn it, but it's powerful stuff. Like, you can do some really crazy shit with it. But yeah, that was during my undergrad. I was working on that. So we would like purify protein, and then you can crystallize it. I don't know if you ever did for your science class, where you make like, what's it called? The candy. You make like sugar candy, like on a stick, a wooden stick. You get like supercritical. Yeah. So the concept is similar for protein, but basically when you get things in like a saturated solution, so you can make crystals of like anything. So you can make protein crystals, and the reason why you would want to do that, so basically you do it by like slowly evaporating off you want to make the like super saturate the solution with whatever protein you're interested in. And so you do that by a combination of changing the buffer, and also you put it in, I think it's called droplet diffusion is the method we use. But basically, it'll slowly evaporate and concentrate the protein. And what that ends up doing is it'll crystallize at some point. Usually we would crystallize it, or try and crystallize it at 4 degrees. But, you know, different proteins have different conditions. They like to crystallize in it. And basically, you would do that because once you have a protein crystal, you can shoot X-rays at it. And the X-rays will scatter in a predictable pattern based on the structure of the... Yes, it's like... If you look up the... It's been almost 4 years since I've done any of this, so this is just off of memory. Hopefully it's at least mostly accurate. But the X-rays will diffract in a predictable pattern, and what that will do for you is, based on the structure of the protein, is you can through a bunch of math, which in my case would mean a computer program, you feed, it takes a bunch of pictures of, basically it has a light source which shoots X-rays, and it goes around the protein crystal at all sorts of angles. And then at the other side of it, there's a film, and it takes a bunch of pictures. And so you'll get like, I don't know what a good number is, but like you'll get like a terabyte of pictures off of one crystal. And then you feed that into a computer program with some other parameters about your protein. And it will be able to give you a structure if you have a good protein crystal and everything works out. Yeah, and you can get pretty good resolution. So I think you can get down to like in the 1 to 2 angstrom range, which an angstrom is just a very small unit of measurement. It might be like a nanometer or something. I forget what is an angstrom. It's like an A with a dot on top of it. is how you represent it. Point, oh, it's a 0.1 nanometers. Okay, so yeah, very small resolution. And yeah, so you get angstrom resolution of your crystal or your protein structure. And the reason that works is when something crystallizes, it will pack into like a uniform pattern. And so that means when you shine the X-rays on it, it will diffract in a predictable way. And what getting a protein structure lets you do is it lets you see a lot of things. Like you can get a protein structure while an enzyme is bound to substrate, so you can see where in the enzyme the substrate's touching. You can see how, if the protein undergoes like conformational changes when it binds to substrate. There's a lot you can do with it. And you know, obviously there's a bunch of inference you can do based on that. It's super cool stuff, although I will say it's somewhat being it's like less in focus right now, X-ray crystallography, for a couple reasons. First of all, AlphaFold does a good job at predicting structures. It's not perfect, and you kind of still do need to get the crystal structure for a lot of questions you might want to ask as like proper actual experimental validation. But it honestly, AlphaFold just makes it a lot easier because there's something I didn't even get into, which is the phase problem, which let's not talk about that. But basically, AlphaFold in most cases will make you not have to worry about that. I don't even, it's been so long since I've thought about the phase problem in any detail. I should probably put some time into understanding it a little better, because I do bring it up a lot when I talk about my previous research. But the other thing, and probably the more significant thing that has happened recently, is the rise of cryo-electron microscopy for protein structure determination. And so you can get, I think the resolution's usually not as good if you use cryo-EM, but the advantage is also, it's funny, my viewers have just fallen to zero other than you, but it's fine. The cryo-EM is a lot faster. You just need like biology. Listen, this is what I live for, so I'm not gonna ever stop talking about it. That's how it goes. Let's recipe tungsten. Yeah. So in my case, so I'm still in contact with like the lab I was in college, because I was there for 4 years in the same lab. Like I put in so many hours there. So I have, you know, an idea of what the PI is actually currently doing. And he said he's doing a bunch of cryo-EM now for structural determination. That would be crazy. Honestly, yeah, if I was studying biology and I came in and I heard this, I would like think I was in the fucking Matrix. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? I'd start freaking out for sure. Be like, this isn't real. I just finished studying for my biophysical chemistry test. And by the way, I use none of this in my current job. It's certainly helpful to know, like having good expertise in science and understanding things like molecular dynamics and stuff, like being able to picture what might be going on in your head is interesting. And you know, protein crystallography has its limits too. Like it is taking a picture of a very rigid version of your protein of interest, but in your actual body, you know, proteins they're kind of flexing and moving a bunch, and that's captured better in cryo-EM. But it's again still not perfect. And so what ends up happening is you might get a somewhat skewed interpretation of what might actually be going on. But it can help you also answer some questions. Like, for example, if a region in your crystal structure is... So most of it will be static in your crystal structure. And what you're really looking at is what's called an electron density map based on the pictures it takes. Like, you can figure out where in three-dimensional space there's electrons. What mod is this? This isn't any mod in Minecraft. This is just Hypixel Skyblock. In terms of what mods am I using, I have quite a long list. I don't have a mod pack per se, but in Modrinth, if you look up Skyblocker, I'm using that. I'm using Skyhand. Yeah, so it's you back calculate an electron density map, and you know, like, you can do it for any crystal. Oh god, I just got kicked. But like, the first crystal structures that were solved were like salt crystals. Oh, mineshaft pity stuff. So the waypoints is Skyblocker. Also, sorry about the random biology talk, but this is, you know, what I do. So Skyblocker, and I just have a waypoint path that I've imported. And they're ordered, and ordered outline showed through walls, and I have it set up so it goes line to line next waypoint. And then the pity stuff, I think that's Skyhanny. Let me check. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think Skyhanny also... So, generally that feature is called ordered waypoints. I don't know. Maybe you're getting lag? I'm not sure. It could be me. Yeah, it's... That's part of the science communication thing, is like, you have to match people's backgrounds when you use analogies. Ooh, Vanguard, nice. I took the waypoints from... So you can, if you do Skyblocker waypoints, you can import export, and it accepts different formats. So it accepts... I don't know what Snoopy is. That's Charlie Brown. Sound is bugged. Huh. Fandro on Twitch, can you hear me? That's really weird. I don't think I pressed any buttons. Let me see. I guess I could have pressed something in YouTube. Let's see. Because it's showing up just fine for me. Sounds fine here too. Oh, maybe. Okay, whatever. Maybe I'm being gaslit. That's always fun. I don't actually think I am, but... Let's open this Vanguard. And then I'll probably end the stream soon after, so get your questions in. Thank you for the follow, Solo CK. Or CR. For some reason I saw a K. It's definitely not a K. Yeah, I guess it's just a refresh thing. Yeah, so... I should hear this week, basically. I've been in contact with them, and the interview went well, and they said I was a good candidate, so I'm just waiting to hear. But, you know, it is a rough time in the US in terms of science funding, so it could just be that, yeah, we want you, but actually we don't have the money to have you. Yeah, weird. I guess shit like that happens sometimes. It's always so weird. Alright, let's open this last Vanguard. Minus 20.4 mil. No keys. Alright, very cool. Thank you, Skyblock. So I will actually stop mining now. But I can answer your question, Solo CR, real quick about Skyblocker and their waypoints. So I don't know when it bugged, but basically I got these waypoints from Colwait Discord, and you just hit import export, and then you can... Ooh, hoppity. No time for that. And then it'll let you import from a few different formats. So the way I actually did it is... Here, I have... Yes, thank God it opened over there. I think it's in Documents. Yeah. So I have a bunch of shaft waypoints saved over here in text files, and so I just copy paste them and load them up. I used to use these for Colwait. But in mining Cult, they also have waypoints for other things. So like that's how I got my Umber route. And it's pretty easy to use, so like if I just want to load up this Umber route instead of the Tungsten route, bam, it's an Umber route now. Although, I don't know what the fuck that start point is. I guess this is just the first vein. See, this one doesn't have Ether Warp waypoints. Just kind of annoying. Yeah, and then I have it set up for also inside shafts, so I pulled all the waypoints for mining out individual shafts. Actually, let me get one shaft, and alright, let me buy a fucking key just in case I happen to get a Vanguard on the next one. And let me also remember to go to Vanguard's left 19. Okay. But yeah, I'll get one more shaft and then I'll show off the different waypoints. I'll get one more gem shaft, because that way I can show off the actual waypoints working. Because it is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Lots of XP on this Rose Dragon. Also, let me go over here and forge up my last tungsten plate for now. I have a bunch of ice cold books I need to sell. Oh wait, he didn't even... I thought that guy pickoed this vein, but no. Just was near it. And the tungsten route I'm on is designed so you're supposed to get a mine shaft by the end of it, but because I use Crowpet, I don't always anymore. Because the cooldown on Picko's a little faster, but listen, it's fine. I don't really mind. Just means I get to mine, get more glassite collection overall, unless I do shit like this where I go too fast. Because there's plenty of shit to mine, unless it's really busy, in which case it can be a little rough. A sub should add one Vanguard. I did get a Twitch sub. Fandro, do you want me to add a Vanguard for you? Since you subbed on Twitch, I can do it. I'll probably ask people individually when they sub. If they want to make me suffer more. If you have Twitch Prime, bruh. Bruh. Surely 20 is enough. Is Fandro online? He's in my guild. Yes, he is online. Fandro, do you want me to add a Vanga from your sub? Alright, so we got a mine shaft. Hopefully I can show it off. No, it's an umber shaft. So I don't have cores for an umber shaft, but I can at least show off some of it. So like, this is... Here, I can go Skyblocker waypoints. So I have Jasper Shaft waypoints, Amethyst, Amber, Opal, Peridot, Crystal. This is crystals. All crystal mine shafts have veins in the same spot, so this works for any of them that you might want to mine out, and then also Sapphire. And then, of course, it works in other areas besides just these two. I think it works in any, I want to say. Maybe not quite any. And I am going to mine out this Umber shaft, because like I said previously, I need a shit ton of Umber. But after that, I'll end the stream. For real, for real. Your student Amazon expired? It's fucking over. Oh well. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't even... A must-have, the waypoint thing. Yeah. The other mod I have is /mining config. This thing is nice because, I mean, don't have this on because it's a cheat, but the... Where is it? Efficient miner overlay is super good. Like, it tells you, like, these blue blocks are better to mine than the red blocks, and the red blocks are better to mine than the green blocks. And here it doesn't matter since I'm just mining all the middle clay for Umber, but I use it a lot in my tungsten routes, which I would say is also must have. Yeah, YouTube monetization is a little fucked. You need 500 subscribers to get YouTube monetization. So eventually I'll hit that probably, but it might be a while. I'm in no rush though. I don't need your money. I'll be alright. I have a full-time job that pays me alright. They definitely pay me a lot less than they could, but it's fine. I should be getting a promotion this year one way or another. So I'll go from making 55,000 to making 60,000. Let's go. Spend that extra 5,000 a year on Skyblock gems. Not actually. I don't buy gems. Definitely think that's a bad use of your money. Not as bad as giving it to a random dude on Twitch, though. One day I'll have enough Umber to make fucking 1 trillion keys. What is the margin even between Umber plates? Let me see how much extra I would pay. I think it was like 500k, which honestly I could tolerate that for insta-buying Umber plates. Sometimes it's pretty low on mithril plates too. So you have 3 minutes left on that perfect plate, so I'll get my key from that at least. Alright. Let's see. So, ooh, it's 800k per. That's a little much. Let me just set up my order again. That's 16. Then mithril, I'll cancel and then redo. Ah. Mithril plates are kind of high. I was insta-buying them at 5 mil each, and now they're 5.25 order. That's kind of crazy. Everyone forge up mithril plates, I guess. Alright, I need to stop. It's bedtime. Alright. I'm gonna go to bed. I will stream tomorrow. This short stream was just because I got a Vanguard, and ultimately, I ended up getting 3, so pretty happy about that. But tomorrow I'll try for, like, I guess, earlier start time. Maybe instead of 10 p.m. my time, I'll start at 7 p.m. or something like that, or even earlier potentially. But have a good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.